The producer's son, the producer of Snow White, the son of that producer, made a comment on Rachel Zegler and Snow White. I'm going to share. This is actually from our friend Steph at My Nerdy Home on Twitter. And someone asked the son of the producer on, I believe it was Instagram. And this person asks, your dad flew to New York City to reprimand a young actress? Any word on this? Because that's creepy as hell and uncalled for. People have the right to free speech. No shame on your father. And Jonah Platt, I believe it's Mark Platt is the producer.
Yes. And his son Ben Platt is a famous actor.
Right. Yeah, and so Jonah, I think people are sick of this. And Jonah Platt replied, he has since deleted the reply, but this is worth talking about. Jonah says, you really want to do this? Yeah, my dad, the producer of the enormous piece of Disney IP with hundreds of millions of dollars on the line, had to leave his family to fly across the country to reprimand his 20-year-old employee for dragging her personal politics into the middle of promoting the movie for which she signed a multi-million-dollar contract to get paid and do publicity for. This is called adult responsibility and accountability. And her actions clearly hurt the film's box office. Free speech does not mean you're allowed to say whatever you want in your private employment without repercussions. Tens of thousands of people worked on that film, and she hijacked the conversation for her own immature desires at the risk of all the colleagues and crew and blue-collar workers who depend on that movie to be successful. Narcissism is not something to be coddled or encouraged. Bravo, Jonah Platt, for basically saying what every common sense person is thinking. So in any case, we'll put the link to Steph's post on here. Alan, what are your thoughts on that? I think fine. And I think that Jonah, I think this needs to be a trend. Go Jonah. Start calling people out for this behavior. And I submit that I think she will never be hired for a big tentpole movie. She is now in indie movies and Broadway, and that's it. No one will take a risk on her. She is too immature to understand the responsibility. And bravo to Gal Gadot for remaining steadfast and being as professional as possible in light of the circumstances. Because as we know, they had to hire private security, additional security for Gal. And she has superpowers, I would assume. But I don't know. I hope this is the last we hear of it.
No, because you want more videos about this.
Wait, maybe not. But Alan, what are your thoughts?
Well, I think she's gonna do well in the bubble that is known as Broadway. She'll be with her people, and they will just continue to, the echo chamber will continue. The other two points. One is even with all this, Snow White is still a bad movie, and probably Mark Platt's fault. But that's getting back to Zegler. How did this event occur? Disney had just released the proper full trailer for Snow White. And then Rachel Zegler goes on Twitter and goes on X and says, thank you for loving my movie and loving me for being in it. And by the way, free Palestine. That's just it is, she is hired to be in a movie and promote that movie and to bring controversy into it, counter to what these companies expect you to do. Yes, it's Disney, but we're talking about the practical. If we want the movie industry to survive and theaters to survive, you've got to play the game. You go out there, you tell great stories about yourself, what happened on set, and how great this movie is. And that's your job. And for her to potentially, I mean, here's the thing: is if Snow White was a good movie, it would have made less money because of Rachel Zegler's comments. And that's his point. Is what's happened is parents today have forgotten how to raise their children to be adults. And so at 21 at this time, or 20 at this time, it's clear that she's still a child and her parents weren't there to show her the way of showing respect. I mean, they should play the Anthony Mackie video we played the other day, because we need our kids to be respectful of people. They are not the smartest people in the world. I would not want to run this country and make policies based on what children and teenagers say today. And then lastly, the biggest point is there are hundreds of millions of dollars put into this movie. There are crews who rely on being paid. There are crews who rely on these movies succeeding so that another movie will be made so that they can continue doing jobs. And it's not Rachel Zegler's fault, but at the same time, you know, there's this idea of gratitude and humility that young actresses need to have, and actors, to show gratitude for the people who helped make their movie.
Absolutely.
And it's just this. I mean, Snow White on its own is a dumpster fire, and Rachel Zegler only makes it worse.